and welcome back to another Women and Girls segment on the Berker Show. Today I'm joined by Charlotte Edwards, who is the head coach for Seven Vipers and former England captain. Charlotte, thanks a lot for coming on. How are you?
Yeah, really good. I think I'm really excited. I think it's the day before the first game, so kind of ready now and just wanting the players to go out there now and enjoy themselves. And yeah, just I'm looking forward to seeing how much they've improved over the winter period.
Brilliant. And yeah, how have those preparations gone for you guys and for the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic. I mean, it's their first ever winter of a full training programme. So we started back out in November, had a bit of a break with a few COVID issues. But other than that, they've been training, 2-3 times a week for the period. And then we've had some really important pre-season games and warm-up fixtures. And so the team are ready. I think they're more than ready to play some competitive cricket. I think it's been 244 days since the final, so it's been a long time. And, we're really ready to get out there and obviously defend our title.
Yeah, and how are you feeling with that? Obviously, with you coming in last year and winning the title last year, how are you feeling about hopefully getting back out there and bringing it home again?
Yeah, I mean, the players are really excited. I think really determined to defend the title. I think they want to experience what they experienced 244 days ago, and I'm sure if they play the same way as they did last year, they'll go hopefully close to doing that. So we're confident, but we're also really aware that everyone else has been training for the 5-month period, have had more time together. And look, I'm just really excited that we're going into a domestic competition in England that's professional, and we're going to see the standards rise, and competition for England places become higher as a result of this competition. So it's probably the most exciting time to be in the women's game at the moment, especially as a domestic player.
Yeah, definitely. And just touching on that with obviously the contracts this year, the domestic contracts, how much of a difference has that made for your side during pre-season, during the winter training?
Well, firstly, as a coach, you want contact with your players, don't you? So to have that contact, I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky to have 5, extremely professional players, which has been, I guess made my job a lot easier. But we've also got a wealth of wider squad members that are just truly committed. They're having to work in the day or go to school in the day and then train in the evenings, but, committing to that fully because they want to be part of this competition. They want to be part of the Southern Vipers. So it's a really lovely environment to be around at the moment because of that real appetite to want to play at this level. And I just hope that continues because it's really refreshing for me, so especially as an ex-player now coming into coaching, to have 15 players chomping at the bit. I wish I could pick all 15 of them tomorrow, but unfortunately that's not the case. So it's we had some tough decisions, and hopefully we'll put our best team out on the pitch, but we think we'll beat the Lightning tomorrow.
Yeah, and again, just touching on that, how are you gearing up for tomorrow, and what's the team looking like, and what's the mentality going into it, I guess?
Well, firstly, we've got everyone fully fit, which didn't feel like we were going to do that probably a few weeks ago. We've had a few injuries sort of in the sort of winter and pre-season. We had a bit of a scare last weekend with Georgia Adams getting hit on her toe, but she's okay. We've picked from a fully fit squad, and we've got Georgia Elwes from the England team in our squad this year. She was part of the squad last year but was injured, so she's going to make a massive difference to our team. Just her experience with bat and ball, and she'll be on hand to help Georgia in the field as well in terms of leadership. So arguably we're a lot stronger than we were last year, and the girls are a year older. No, without a doubt, they're all better cricketers. But and I think they just want to go out there and show tomorrow and to play in front of the fans. I mean, we're hopefully going to get about 500 people there tomorrow. So, they haven't played in front of their families for 12 months. So I'm really excited for them for that opportunity. And hopefully they can put on a good show for everyone.
Yeah, brilliant. And hopefully the sun's going to be out as well.
Yeah,
no more
exactly.
rain. Yeah, so just with obviously the England players and the centrally contracted players, kind of with being in and out with international duties, how's that going to work for you as Seven Vipers with having people in and out?
Well, we're really lucky we've had Danny White as part of our squad, you know, since 2017 with the Vipers. So she just seamlessly comes in and out of our environment. And Georgia Elwes knows a lot of the Sussex-based players and has integrated brilliantly into the team already. And as you know, you feel like she's been playing for a number of years. So it's actually pretty easy. They're very professional, the girls that come back to us. They're really excited about playing domestic cricket, especially someone like Georgia who's missed out with injury. This is a really important time for her. And I think all of the England players are actually realising that these first 3 rounds of the Rachel Hayhoe-Flint are going to play a big part in their selection for England, which I don't think that's happened before. And that's why this next sort of 3 weeks are going to be so exciting, really, to see what talent we've got and show some young players putting their hands up. You know, people like Georgia Adams who wants to get into that team. I mean, it's going to be great, and I get the best seat in the house to just watch it all now. So I'm pretty excited for that because it's been a long winter and we just want to get going now, really.
Is it the best seat or is it the most stressful?
It's the best seat. I mean, look, as a coach, you've got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky so far that we've had a bit of success, but I'm not silly. I know that, you know, we're not going to continue to win every game we play. We're going to have a hiccup. But, you know, hopefully over a long season, we won't have too many of them. But, I mean, you just want them to do well. You see how hard they train. So I think I'm getting more relaxed watching the players now because I think you spend more time with them. You've got more influence in trainings and how you prepare them now. So, I'm going to try and enjoy it as much as I possibly can because, like I said, I have got the best seat in the house to watch, you know, the talent that is on show now in women's domestic cricket.
Yeah, you touched on it briefly a minute ago about obviously crowds being allowed back in. How exciting is that for the girls as well? I know you mentioned their families, but just with hopefully showcasing how far the games come, and obviously looking ahead to the 100 as well, and hopefully getting more and more people watching the women's game. How exciting is that for the players, but also for you as a coach, but as a former player as well?
Yeah, it's really important for us as a region. You know, as part of our region, we want to inspire the next generation of girls to play. So we need to do that by getting them into the ground, by watching these girls play, seeing how good they are. You know, we've got a really engaged region. We've got 7 counties that we're trying to sort of help and support as much as we can, but hopefully inspire the young girls. So, you know, this year's really important for the game. Last year was so special to get cricket back played. You know, I look back on it and I didn't really think that we didn't have crowds because it was, you know, you just were so immersed in the cricket. But this year's going to have an extra sort of twist to it, really. And yeah, to see some familiar faces. You know, we've got a fan base now at the Southern Vipers because of, you know, how many years we've been going now. So we're looking forward to seeing some friendly faces tomorrow. And it's just lovely to have people back watching the game, and having been to one game at Hampshire already when the men played. Just a lovely atmosphere, and and that we're hoping for more of the same tomorrow.
Yeah. And then just moving on to a little bit more generally, kind of from your point of view, how big is this step that's been taken over the last year to get these domestic contracts in place? With your perspective and your kind of history in the game, and working towards that and thinking maybe that wouldn't happen way back when. So yeah, just how big is it that's managed to come in?
Well, you know, last year was huge for women's cricket, and also how ECB, you know, stuck by their word. They wanted to support women's and girls cricket, and obviously with a lot of uncertainty last summer, as we all know, to actually, you know, really like be committed to putting women's cricket on. You know, that was a big deal for the girls and for anyone involved in the game, that we managed to get those games, and the platform we had to then to show it. You know, even though it was live stream, we had massive audiences to watch that. Look, I can't thank the ECB enough for that, really, because I think now, living and breathing this every day, I spoke to Claire Connie yesterday. I said, look, this is so good. You know, we're seeing so many young girls and older women, you know, having the opportunity to play domestic cricket, and to be around that is really refreshing, you know. And you know, there's players like, you know, Tash Barron, who, as a result of playing in this Rachel Heo thing, got to go to New Zealand in the winter. That's going to happen more and more now. So these players have real goals now to go on and play for England. But if they don't, they'll be very, very good domestic cricketers. And I think that's okay too. And I think that's what's so lovely about this competition, that people will find their level, they'll be valued, and it's so refreshing to be around, and I'm thoroughly enjoying being involved.
Yeah, what would you have, how would you have reacted sort of 10, 15 years ago if someone would have told you back then that this was on its way and it was coming?
Oh, I've had to pinch myself quite a lot in the last 15 years. You know, I didn't think I'd probably become a professional cricketer in my time as an England player, but I was really lucky to end my career as a professional cricketer. But now to be, you know, a professional coach, no, I probably didn't think, you know, that would happen so soon. And then, you know, for these players domestically to be paid, it's incredible. And with the 100 as well, the excitement of that, it's a really, you know, it's such a important time to be involved in the women's game, and we're seeing the standard just rise, and we'll see that over the next, hopefully, you know, you'll all see that over the next few weeks, because we've been seeing it over the last 6 months in their training. So look, we've got lots to be proud of. We've got a long way to go still. I mean, Australia are a fair way ahead of us, but the early signs of this new domestic competition are really, really exciting. And I hope, I hope the ECB keep investing, because it is making a difference. And, you know, hopefully we'll attract more girls to play cricket as a result of this new domestic structure.
So what do you think's next, or what do you hope is next for the domestic structure, but women's cricket in general as well?
The next step for us is really getting more contracted players. So, you know, I think it's probably achievable in the next 5 years to have this whole group as fully professional. I think that would be the next step. I don't think we should go there too soon. I think they did the right thing at the time by announcing only 41 domestic contracts. So I think we weren't ready for any more than that, really. But I think if we can drip feed over the next 5 years in 2 or 3 every year, so we can fully support and have, you know, a real wealth of talent now, and a pool of players to make England strong for a long time. This is not just for the next 2. This is, you know, 20 years time. We want to make England the best team in the world, because, you know, Australia have invested, and their investment is shown with trophies. And I'm absolutely sure if we do the same, we can better that. We've got more people, we've got really great facilities in England, and and we've got some really talented youngsters, and I'm seeing it from 11 up to, you know, the players that I'm working with. So I think if anyone involved in this new structure, you could not be more excited or be more you know, happy about what's going to happen in the future, because it's a great place to be right now.
Brilliant. And just finally, one that I've kind of asked most of the guests that I've had on, what would your advice be to any kind of young girls that listening but watching this and wanting to get involved, or what would your kind of advice be for them?
Well, get down to your local cricket club would be my first bit of advice. I think go and enjoy it. They've got some wonderful formats of the game for young girls and boys, you know, All Stars, Dynamos cricket. It's a great way to start the game, and you know, badger your teachers at school to get playing. But I think if you really, really are, you know, keen, then you've got to contact your local county cricket board and get involved. And as a result of that, we're really linked up now with those boards. that anyone of any talent will get filtered into the Southern Vipers setup. And you know, we have an academy at, you know, under 21 level and then the senior team. So there's a really clear pathway for any young girl or boy to play the game. And you know, that's changed a lot in my time, and I'm pretty proud of that, you know, we won't miss anyone these days. And if you really enjoy it, go for it, because it's a great game.
All right, that's brilliant. Well, yeah, thanks a lot for coming on, Charlotte, and yeah, good luck for tomorrow and the rest of the season.
Much. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.